Okay. So, you can remind me of what we worked on yesterday in math, or not yesterday, because we worked yesterday. Right? We talked about rounding on Tuesday, yes? So now that we've worked on multiplying with, you know, a one-digit number by a two-digit number, so for example, 3 times 16, we're going to start working on some other methods. Hold on a second. On some other methods to help us multiply that. I know a lot of you know that standard method that you use, but we're going to kind of see, for some of you who may not know that method, how we can kind of work it out in our heads, okay? So, my first one, I have a question for all of you. Who can tell me what the distributive property says? Well, you know what the distributive property says.
The distributive property says that you can break two numbers into equal parts, and you can multiply them that way.
Okay. So Lena's saying I can break up my numbers in my multiplication problem. Number in my multiplication problem and use it that way. So if I try the example, this one. First of all, who can tell me which number I'm going to be breaking up? Ryan?
No, that's 8.
Well, 38 is one number, right? So which number am I going to break up to 6, or am I going to break up my 38?
38.
Okay, I'm going to break up my 38. It's my bigger number, right? If I had a problem over here that was 7 times 73, someone tell me which number I would be breaking up. Camille? I'd be breaking up my bigger number, my 73. Okay? So, how do I break 38 up? How do I do that? What's my easiest way of doing that, Felicia? Okay, 30 and 8. So if I'm breaking up my 38 here, I can start with 6 times 30 plus 8. Okay? Does everyone see how I got 30 plus 8 from my 38?
Yeah.
Okay. So now that I have that broken up, I can distribute. So that's what the distributive property is, right? Remember our arrows? Do you remember when I used to draw these arrows?
Yeah.
I used to do like this. I used to draw an arrow here, and an arrow here.
Yeah.
That's just how I like to kind of envision it, so that it's easier for me. Alana? I need you to listen to this for right now, and then you can go afterwards, okay? I need you to listen to this too, because this is really important, because it's in your homework, it's in your independent work, it's on your exit ticket, it's in everything that we're doing right now, okay? So you really have to pay attention, okay? So, I've broken up my 38 into my 30 plus my 8. And now I can take my 6 and distribute it to my 30 and my 8. So I have 6 times 30. I'm distributing it to my 30. Now I have to distribute it to my 8. Plus 6 times 8. Okay, why do I use parentheses here? Why do I have those? Alicia? Right. So it's telling me to do these together and do that together and then put them together. Instead of adding the 30 plus the 6, I know I'm doing the 6 times the 8, the 6 times the 30. It's order of operations. If I do it differently, I'm going to get a completely different answer.
Well, I
don't want the answer yet. Okay? So what's my first step when I get to this part? What do I have to do first? What part of this do I have to solve? Camille? Okay. And who can help me with 6 times 30? Megan? Okay. 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 So I can do, hang Megan's what she's saying, is I can do my 6 times my 3, which we talked about the other day. 6 times 3 is 18, and then I'm just going to add a 0, right? Okay. Now what do I do? What's my next step? Brandy, what's my next step? Can you look on the board, please? I did this multiplication in these parentheses. Now what do I have to do? Is? Okay, so I have plus 48 down here. And then I add them together. So if I have 180 plus 48, someone help me with my first column. 0 plus 8 is 8. Someone help me with my second column. 8 plus 4 is JoJo. 12. Okay, and third column, 1 plus 1 is 2. So my answer down here equals 228. Okay? So I split up my 38, and then I used addition to put all those parts back together. So that's our first method. We're going to go over 3 methods. Okay? When you do your work on the exit ticket and on the independent work that we're going to do later, it's going to say use this specific method to solve this problem. Okay? So if it says use the distributive property method to solve this problem and you use the standard method, you're not following directions. So it's important that you're going to know all of these different methods so that you can, complete the directions successfully when you have work to do. Elena?
It's really quick. Okay. I have a different method.
Okay. Is yours like the normal multiplication method?
No.
Okay.
It's the same distributive property, but I have a thing to solve 6 times 30.
Okay.
So you do 3 times 3 equals 9, so it's 90, and times 2 is 180. And then all you have to do to 180 is you have to add 48, and that's
You might think it's quicker. If that works for you, as long as your math is right, then that's fine. Anthony?
I was just going to ask if there was
Didn't you go like a few minutes ago? Or did you not go? Okay, go ahead, Anthony. Alana, if you go now, you're going to miss the next 2 methods. You're going to have to sit with one of us and open it later. So which do you want to do? So this is our distributive property method. Your work will say, solve this using the distributive property method. Straightforward, so you know which model you're using. Okay? Our next one, we call our area model. And I'm going to use the same problem so that we can see that we get the same answer throughout.
Isn't it supposed to be an A?
Yeah, I just didn't write it. There you go. Even I make mistakes sometimes. Okay?
Yeah, like down your eye.
So I'm going to keep my same problem. I have 6 times 38. Right? Now who remembers what I need to do for my area model method? Do you remember those steps that we had to take, Victoria?
So, I think you have to draw a box.
Okay. What kind of box? A square, a triangle, a what? Okay, I'm going to draw a rectangle. Is that okay? Okay, I drew my box. Anthony, go ahead.
Now I think you draw a 6 on like the left side.
Over here? Okay.
And then 38 on the top.
38 up here?
Yeah. And then I have no 2.
Okay. Do we agree with Victoria? Do we think that she's partially right? Do we think that she missed one little thing? What do we think? Nancy, what do you think? Okay, so Mincy's saying that your 6 stays over here. She's correct in that, right? So if I put 30 up here, where do I put my 8?
No. On the top, but...
Up here?
Oh, no.
There? Okay. So what do I do? Do I have to like make sure that they're separated? What do I do to show that they're separated? Eva. I draw a line where? Okay, so like here? Okay. Am I good? Is my drawing good? Okay. Good. I'm glad. Okay. So I have my drawing. And now I have two boxes, right?
Yes.
I have one box, and I have two boxes. Okay? So, area model. How do we find area of a box, of a square, of a rectangle? How do we do that? How do we do it?
I know the next first.
Okay, how do I find that area of that first bigger box? So this one, I do 8 times 6 in here. You think? What do you think? 6 times 30. Thumbs up if you think Brandon has his equation right for area. He's saying 6 times 30 is the area of that box.
Yes.
Okay, and how do I know that's the numbers I have to use? What's my equation when I find area of a rectangle like that, Alana? Okay, hold on. I want to know what my equation is. When I find area, say I have a square over here, and it says find the area of my square. What do I multiply to get my area of that box? Elena?
You make, what I do is I make cubes in the box all equally sized.
Okay.
And then I count the cubes, and then I count the area as like 2 cubes.
Okay.
And that's how I know what the area is.
Okay. So, without having numbers, when I'm finding the area of a box like that, do you know my equation? Okay, Felicia, what do you think? No, tell me what I should write. Okay, that's okay. What do you think? Okay. So, Felicia's saying that I'm going to use this side and multiply it by this side, which up here is what you're doing. You're multiplying this side by that side. So, when we're talking about an equation, that is length times width. Okay? My length is my long part, is how long the box is. My width is how wide it is. Okay? So that's my equation. So up there I have 6 times 30. This is my width, this is my length. So if I'm doing 6 times 30, what do I know the area of that box is? Alana, what is it? No, just tell me.
56 times
Okay, do I write 18? Okay. Okay. So you think my area for this box is 180. Do we agree with Alana? Do we disagree? Do we agree? Jackson up here. Do we agree? Are we good? I don't see lots of thumbs. Thumbs should be up or down in some manner. Okay. We have 180. Now what about, am I done?
No.
Is my answer 180?
No.
Okay, so what am I missing? I'm kind of lost. What do I do? Robert, what do I have to do next? Oh, so I have to find the area of this one too? Okay, so I do the same equation, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I have 6 times 8. Who can help me with 6 times 8? Tony, what's 6 times 8? 48, okay. So now I have my two areas of my two boxes, right?
Yes.
Now what do I do? What do I do? Oh, like I did in the other one? Oh, okay, cool. So I do 180 plus 48. 8 plus 0 is? 8 plus 4 is? 1 plus 1 is? 2. Okay, so 228, is that my answer?
Yes.
Okay, so if I'm right, and if we all did this right, it should be the same answer that we got on the last one.
Yes.
Right? Okay, 228, let's see. We got it right. Okay. Question about this model.
Okay.
Megan. You have something to help me remember 6 times 8. Okay, what is it?
Last year we went to
Okay. times 8. 6 times 8 is 48. Okay? Okay. This is us. This is us. We need to be down here. Okay? But there was questions about this one. Because I had some questions about it, and I was like, what? And then you guys helped. So maybe I can help you. There was a question about what we did up here. Alana. Go ahead. Go quickly, though. Joey. Sam, we're done with that.
What if we don't do medium?
What if we don't what?
What if we do 30 times 6 and 8 times 6?
Well, okay, so is 6 times 30 and 30 times 6?
Same thing.
That's the same thing.
But you're saying length times width.
You could do width for length. You can have area equals length times width or area equals width times length. It works both ways. Because I forgot the A, right? So I just pushed it in there. Okay?
The E is eating the A. That is unsanitary.
Okay? So we have these two models. Okay? Remember, when it says on your exit ticket that you're going to do in like 10 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever we do, it's going to say use this model to solve this problem. Okay? Don't do it yet. But if you're using a different model, then I don't know if you understand this model. I don't understand. Are you being serious? Because I'll work with you later if you don't understand. Okay? Now, I have one more method. One more. And this method that we're about to do is the one that people usually use to do multiplication. So, you don't get this one? Okay. Talk to me when you do your exit ticket, and we'll do the problem together. Okay? So I have one more that I need you to do. Okay? And I'm going to keep my same problem. Someone remind me of what my problem was. Victoria, what was my problem? Okay, so I have 6 times 38. I'm going to keep that to make sure that we can get all those same answers like we were awesome when we did before. So I'm going to call this one
Standard.
my standard method.
Yeah, but you gotta make it up and down way.
Okay? So we did. Well, be paying attention and not talking sharper. You're arguing. Are you going to tell me there's water on the floor?
It's drying up.
Okay, so we did our distributive method. Thanks, Jack, for looking up here. We did our area model. Now we're going to try our standard. This is the one when we get past, all these other methods, when you're in, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, whatever grade. This is the one that you're going to use for the most part. Okay? So, I have a question for you. This is the same thing as this, right?
Yeah.
Right? What property tells us that those are the same thing? Eva? Commutative. Okay, so it tells me that my numbers can move or commute, right? From one spot to another in my problem, right? Okay. So, when I write a problem using the standard method, who knows how I'm going to write that when I actually write it on paper? Rachel, how do I write it?
You would write it like this.
Can you come up and write it for us neatly so that everyone can see? There's a pen right there. I'm going to hold on to mine. You write it on the right over there? So we have space.
Yeah.
How would I write it?
You would write it like this. You would write it over here.
Yeah, careful.
Don't think that is you're saying.
Ryan, let me take there you go. Okay, how would I write it, Rachel? Okay. Am I going to write it sideways like this? Or is it going to be written up and down? sure your hand is not touching the board. That's what's causing it to erase. Just make sure that the pen is still touching. Okay. Go ahead and put down, Rachel, okay? So she wrote it both ways. So she used both of these in here. She wrote them vertically, right?
Yes.
Now, when we're doing this method, these two things mean the same thing, correct?
Correct, yes.
Because they're commutative. They can move places. So when we are doing the actual method for this, which way do I write it? Frank, which way do I write it? This way?
No.
This way?
Yes.
Okay. So I have to write it like this?
Yes.
Or is it this?
The other way.
The other way?
Yes.
Okay, so you're saying that I have to do
Yes.
like that. Okay,
That is the way.
cool. So my bottom number goes all the way to the right, right? I don't line it up with my first number, I line it up with my last number, right? So if I had, let's see, you can come up and write this, but in vertical form for me. The left, here. Does that one look like what I wrote up here?
Yes.